Hello everyone, I am Alka1993. Welcome to the top 8 of Bracket B in the 1v1 Metronome tournament. It has taken a long time since Bracket A ended, and Aron, the winner of Bracket A, has been patiently waiting on who their opponent will be. We have 8 Pokemon left and we're going to introduce them to you today. And then we're going to figure out... We're going to do the entire top 8 in this video. All battles are in different Coliseums. And at the end we'll know the Bracket B winner, and with that the challenger for Aron. We're not going to do Aron versus the winner of this today. That'll be in a future recording session. Because I want Aron to be able to prepare for their opponent, but especially their opponent to have some rest before they go fight Aron. And that fight, by the way, is just going to be a single battle. So one well-placed Earthquake from Aron's opponent, and Aron's just dead. And that's just, and it's over, it's anticlimactic. It can be like that. Okay, for this top 8, for everything except for the final, we're going to skip Stargazer Coliseum. No Courtyard Coliseum, because the fog is annoying when it pops up and I have to restart. Hi Wolfian, you got here just in time for the top 8 of the 1v1 Metronome tournament. We're going to start with Crystal Coliseum, and then we'll change Coliseum every battle. I'm going to go for 1v1 Metro. I'm going to go for single battle, because otherwise you can't really do 1v1s. We have our matches set up for the quarterfinals. Let's get going. Our first match that we'll be seeing today, on Metro side, we're going to have Magneton. Not Magneton, that's one too far. Magneton lost to Beedrill. We're going to have Beedrill, and Beedrill's going to fight Exploud. Beedrill has beaten, from the start, let's see, I need to scroll back here a bit. Bastiodon in round 1, Remoraid in round 2, Riolu in round 3, Jirachi in round 4, and then Magneton in round 5. 3 more wins, so round 6, 7, 8. They win Bracket B. Win number 9, which is the fight against Aron, you win the entire thing. Meanwhile, Exploud, look at them. They started in round 1 against Nidoqueen. Round 2 beat Lediba. Then Porygon 2. Seal. Expo was the one that beat Pichu. Was really rooting for Pichu. And now they're here to face Beedrill. I'm pretty sure it was Exploud. Was it Exploud against Porygon 2 that where Perish Song was active? But it didn't work in Soundproof? No, I think that was in the 66 tournament. We are also going to see Donfan versus Octillery. Donfan beat Carnivine, Tyranitar, Sunflora, Garchomp, and Corphish. Corphish being the only thing Donphan beat that wasn't fully evolved, interestingly. Octillery beat Sceptile, Larvitar. So Donphan beat Tyranitar round 2. Octillery beat Larvitar round 2, interestingly. Octillery also beat Krogunk, Leafeon, and then most recently Monferno. If I scroll down a little more, well, my cat wants to join me. Hello. You done eating? Welcome. You can't see her, but she's here and she's adorable. We have Charizard versus Mantine. I very much remember one of Charizard's opponents. Charizard beat Doduo, Magnemite, Tangrowth, Charmander. We had Charmander versus Charizard in round 4. And then Altaria. Mantine beat Houndour, Shaman, Ariados, Loudred, and most recently Poliwrath. And then the final quarterfinal here in Bracket B is going to be Rhyhorn versus Bibarel. Rhyhorn made their way past Zapdos. Wait a second, I put Zapdos as the winner of this bracket, pretty sure, if not a finalist. Zapdos lost in round 1 to Rhyhorn. I guess Rhyhorn is the win now. So that Zapdos had a... Yeah, okay. So Rhyhorn beat Zapdos, Vaporeon, Persian, Slowpoke, and then Kangaskhan. Hi, Cat. You want to speak into the microphone? You don't want to sit here. It would be great if you could see her. I don't have my camera on the Battle Revolution scene. I finally Bibarel. Bibarel beat Wilmer, Bidoof, so another Pokemon that beat their pre-evolution just like Charizard. Bibarel also beat Zangoose, Haunter, and then most recently Floatzel. So those are the matchups we have. What do you think? Let me know in the comments or in Twitch live chat. Which out of these 8 is going to be our Bracket B champion and will, in a later video, face Aron for the championship? Let's see, you're saying it took a whole year or so to complete the tournament. Interestingly, as I'm recording this, it is Monday, the 2nd of March. On Wednesday, the 5th of March, so in 2 days, I'm going to play Pokemon Blue for the Forever Lock, my 59th playthrough. I listened back to, while I started this first battle, I'll listen back to a little bit of the commentary from the end of Bracket 1, and Bracket A, the top 8. That was either... That, I think, was right after the last time I played Pokemon Blue for the Forever Lock. The only other time I did, playthrough 21. The bug-only run with Paris, Parasax, Butterfree, Beedrill, Weedle, Metapod. Alright, these fights could take forever. These fights could go real quick. One good Focus Blast, crit, and they're done. Stone Edge, whatever. It could also go real slow. Beedrill started with an agility, but it's already faster. So, likely it doesn't matter, but I guess we'll find out whether it will or not. Exploud says it Reflect. That can be really nice early on. Wolfian Reigns in my chat is saying... I may have to give Exploud extra credit for beating Pichu. Some people really dislike Exploud for beating Pichu, and it was just 2 good attacks. It was like Leaf Blade and something else good. And Pichu stood no chance against Exploud that battle. Octillery, alright.
Solid hit.
Decent damage, actually less than I expected.
Accuracy fell.
Accuracy is dropped. Both have some improved defenses. Octillery was special.
Beedrill starts to attack.
Thundershock, that's a special move, but it's not going to do too much. Every little bit could potentially mean something in the end. Fang, 2 electric moves. Out of the 8 that we have remaining, which one would I say I'm rooting for? In a sense, I'm rooting for Rhyhorn because it's the last one that's remaining that isn't fully evolved. If anything, it's a 2x Pokemon, like how I'd refer to it in the Forever Lock. Ooh, it's some signature move.
It keeps dealing damage.
Rhyhorn doesn't feel like really a 2x. It's already a pretty big, pretty good stat Pokemon. But it's the only one that can still evolve. So in that sense, yeah, I do want it. I'd like to see Beedrill do well, because even though it is fully evolved, it has already evolved twice as a species.
Seems to be in pain.
Beedrill's base stats aren't all that high. I'm also kind of rooting for Charizard, because Charizard I think is just cool. Some people would say Charizard is overrated, overused, oversupported, and I can definitely see their arguments. It's multiple megas, multiple important characters have it in the anime.
Solid hit.
Gigantamax and more. That poison's gonna hurt Exploud. They need to do something soon.
The battle is getting closer by the minute.
What's up, Cat? Is my commentary a bit too much for you? Ah. Oh, it's Fisher! Exploud really didn't have any time. Beedrill to the semifinals of Bracket B. Wow.
The battle has ended. The blue corner pulled off an impressive victory.
That was a big one. The first win goes to Metro. In so many recent videos, it's been Nome, the girl character, who's won more than Metro. Metro's almost never won an individual video if you see how many wins they individually got. It doesn't really matter, because Rhyhorn probably was on Nome's side sometimes too, and now it's on Metro's side. But Nome's won most of it. Metro's has won some, and Nome had won, I think, 4-0 in some of the recent videos, which is kind of crazy. Let's see if Metro can win this one 4-0. We won't have anywhere else in the tournament 6 battles in a video because we're just too far into the rounds now. We're doing all 7 here, so let's see how far Metro can go. Although, yeah, it would actually, since this is all in the same video,
Pokemon are softly lit by the glow of the
Metro
crystal.
could still win all 7. Okay, type advantage, it say goes to Octillery, but it's a Metronome battle, so does that really matter?
The blue corner makes the first attack.
Rock Smash for little damage.
A small hit.
Wonder if you need... My cat's sitting right next to the microphone. I wonder if you can hear her purr. I can't because I also have my headset on. She might. If so, enjoy cat purring.
The situation is a bit of a stalemate.
I have
It's
to
a mental
reach
tug of
around
war
my
as
cat to
they
reach the
anticipate
buttons
each
that I
other's
need to
move.
press. An avalanche. That's an okay power move. Critical hit is nice, but Octillery does resist it.
The battle is getting intense.
Okay, damage. Donfan's physical defense is better than special.
Is tense.
So going for special moves for Octillery is smart, especially if they have something like a water move, like Octazooka. We saw that last battle. Donfan, maybe if you do use a move that isn't resisted by water, unless you're using physical moves.
But the target Pokemon is in the water. The battle has reached its final stage.
I don't remember if Octillery's physical or special defense is better. I know Donfan's physical attack is much better than its special attack, that's for sure. Alright, little squid.
The end of the battle is getting closer by the minute.
Well, any of the moves miss. I had pretty sure in the last video I made, I used double team, and that didn't work. Blaster, that's another move that is resisted by water. Also it missed. We won't know if it's because of the 90 accuracy or because of double team. But it missed. That's the important bit. Might have been good for Octillery if that move actually hit. Wouldn't have done that much damage, and then Donfan wouldn't get another turn right here.
Donphan uses its move.
Disable. Oh, that's big. Because then they call Metronome.
The end of the battle is getting
I don't
closer.
know how long Disable lasts, but that's a struggle. Struggle might be neutral in type, but it's a physical move. Donphan actually heals after forcing the opponent into struggle. Oh, that's evil. Oh, they're looking really good right now. They don't even need to hit through the minimize.
Thing it can do.
The Octillery is not dealing too much damage, and they get 25% recoil.
The battle has reached its final stage.
Unless Donphan heals Octillery here, we're done. Luster Purge, they can finish up themselves with a special move. Nope, just a bit of damage. A move that we don't see too often, Latios' signature move, but considering, at least for a long time, Psychic was just stronger, why would they just not use Psychic?
Unbelievable.
I believe Luster Purge also has a chance of lower special defense, but so does Psychic. So you want the power, even if Luster Purge might have a slightly higher chance of lowering the special defense. Donphan takes it, so we know who Beedrill's opponent will be, and Metro gets another win. 2-0 Metro so far. We can keep track of that. Next one has a Pokemon that's a lot of people's favorites, or just liked Pokemon, or really disliked Pokemon because Game Freak and the Pokemon company seem to love Charizard so much. Charizard is the highest level Pokemon remaining in the tournament, Aron included, because it is the highest base stat total. Aron probably the lowest. I would assume none of these Pokemon have a higher, lower base stat total than Aron. Like, Aron has some good defenses, but low special attack, low speed. I don't think its HP is that amazing, but I'm not sure. Alright, Charizard Mantine. Based on type is Mantine, but one good Thunderbolt, especially if it's a Thunder Punch, because Mantine has a good special defense. We can do a lot, but doing it back, Rock Wrecker, Power Gem, that could do a lot for Mantine. Starting with Slam.
Solid hit. The This situation is a bit of a stalemate. It's a mental tug of war as they anticipate each other's move.
Supersonic, they actually hit the 55 accuracy move.
Oh, it was confused.
But will Mantine hit itself now?
Oh,
They do, so that already was worth it for Supersonic. Worked out.
A heated battle is unfolding in the Coliseum.
I don't see myself ever using Supersonic unless I'm in a really desperate situation. Because Confusion is a luck game by itself, and then you have it's only a just over 50% chance to even hit the Supersonic.
The red corner still can't move.
Little bit of damage. Flinch to skip the turn. Charizard goes again. Charizard's looking pretty good. Psycho Cut, that deals some good damage.
Oh!
No crit. I believe Psycho Cut has an increased crit chance. Manta snips out of Confusion, but at least they hit themselves once, so the Supersonic still worked out. Just a simple tackle.
A rally of light attacks.
But a few normal moves in this battle so
battle
far.
has reached its final stage, and the tension is
What are we going to see
peaking.
from Charizard? Sure cold, but Charizard is the lowest level Pokemon, so Charizard will not be hitting any one-hit KO moves. Earthquake, that's a flying
Both
Pokemon,
corners'
doesn't work.
moves failed. The battle has reached its final stage.
I just realized I never changed the arena, did I? I said I was going to change the arena every battle.
That hurt.
But I'm used to doing that only when I switch the Pokemon on the trainer cards. Oops, I guess we did 3 battles in Crystal Coliseum. And we change after the next one, so then we have...
Its attack rose.
I think Sunny Park is 6.
The battle has reached its final stage, and the tension is peaking.
Magma 7. Sunset is 8. And then the 9th one will be the final. So we go
An
back to Gateway for that.
move, but this
Well, I
is
kind of
not
want to do
a
Main Street.
matchup.
I like the light that we see in Main Street more.
Ouch! It was
The
paralyzed.
Gateway does look good.
Mantine desperately holds
Mantine
on.
definitely at a disadvantage, but Charizard's slower now, has a chance to not attack. Big water move, it's stab, rock move, false swipe, other weak normal move. Charizard has a lot of opportunities, likely, but as we often say, any single move could finish it if you happen to get the right one. Magnetar's, yeah, so you can dodge Earthquake, just like how
The battle has reached its
Fan
final
Rotom
stage.
has
The
Levitate,
tension
is
is
flying type. Give it an air balloon. 3 times immunity. Make it use Magnetize if it could learn that. 4 times immunity to ground.
Oh!
Weather Ball, that's another normal type move. Can be water, but then it would need to rain first. Judgment, is that enough for Mantine?
Judgment has been dealt.
Judgment has been dealt on Mantine.
It couldn't
The
take it.
power
It's
of the
down.
iconic Gen 1 Pokemon has been shown once again.
The game
And
is
Metro
now
wins
over.
another
The blue corner
battle.
has won the game.
Doing really well. Alright, now let's actually change the Coliseum. I don't have to think of where to cut in the edit because I'm not going to cut anything. Unless something really weird happens. Doesn't mean I have to select the battle passes again, but I've always put the Metronome ones right at the beginning. If Metro wins all of them, that makes it really easy setting up the battle passes for the semis. Alright, Rhyhorn, Bibarel. Rhyhorn, just so you're aware, Rhyhorn has lower stats than Beedrill, therefore is higher level. Just so you're aware. Rhyhorn might be pretty cool and feel pretty strong, and on physical attack, physical defense side, be nice. But its stats aren't all that high, so for balancing it works well with where Rhydon is as an evolution. Rhyperior was introduced, which makes Rhydon capable of evolving twice. So for a Pokemon that can evolve twice, that's still very high.
Pokemon. And now,
Other Pokemon that can evolve twice that
the red corner
or in
makes
general,
the
that-
first attack.
are at a much higher base at total than I would normally think.
A smashing
Magby
blow.
and Elekid. There's some baby Pokemon that definitely have baby Pokemon stats. Low in the 200s. Magby and Elekid go way into the 300s. Okay, damage to Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn immediately heals it.
Situation is a bit of a stalemate.
Wasn't gonna deal with that damage.
It's a mental tug of war as they anticipate each other's move.
Good, Fossil. I would have liked to see Bidoof here instead of Bibarel, but Bibarel is still a little bit goofy. Yawn could be nice. Put them to sleep. Hopefully keep them asleep for 2 turns. The video that I recorded earlier this stream, so you would have probably seen that video. Was it the Virgil video or was it the Crash Awake video?
But this is not a favorable matchup.
I know I yawned with Quackstar against Hitmonlee. That was a Crash Awake video. Was there another yawn? Another sleep?
Multiple hits.
I'm pretty sure it
keeps dealing damage.
Yeah, it was Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee woke up on the 2nd turn.
The battle has reached its final
Barrel
stage.
down. Well, not down, but asleep. Rhyhorn has at least 1 free turn. Might get more out of it. Present. That's the one move that can heal the opponent. Later generations introduce things like heal pulse as well. Present is the one. If I talk about, oh, the only way this could be different is if they heal their opponent now. It's present, and then I believe the 20% chance to do a Psycho Shift doesn't work. Is not only does Rhyhorn not have a status problem, Bibarel does.
Pokemon in the red corner is
If Rhyhorn would have been burnt and Bibarel was not, then that would have been a great. Dragon Claw is going to do good damage.
nicely done.
Bibarel almost down. Are they going to stay asleep?
Bibarel desperately holds on.
Bibarel wakes up. If we get some like Waterfall or Surf now, Razor Leaf. To answer him, that's actually really bad for Bibarel. I don't remember exactly how much HP they had left, but not a lot. Sandstorm might just finish it, and Rhyhorn doesn't even take damage from Sandstorm. Recover just to be like, okay, I'm gonna win this with full health because I'm powerful like that. Is that a 1 HP? That is a 1 HP. Alright, Bibarel, you get 1 turn. 1 chance to one-shot the Rhyhorn. What are you gonna do? Really powerful move. But it's physical. Also, it's not a super effective move. It's not enough. Looking at that, Waterfall might have not even been enough. Because that ends up being the same power as Outrage, just 4 times multiplier. Now, Rhyhorn has some pretty nice stats. Obviously, with the level increase, to make things balanced, works out well. Rhyhorn's been able to get far, but remember, Rhyhorn's 2 different 4 times weaknesses, water and grass. Get hit by 1 decent move from those types, especially on the special side, and they're done. Aron, the Pokemon that won the entirety of Bracket A, has won 8 battles there, has 2 4 times weaknesses, ground and fighting. Now, most ground and fighting moves are physical, and Aron has good physical defense. So, that might have helped a bit. I don't remember exactly what matches Aron had, but yeah, Rhyhorn wins, which means for the quarterfinals, Metro wins everything. It's 4-0 wins for Metro, so all of these Pokemon stay. We have Beedrill, Donphan, Charizard, Rhyhorn, which means that Donphan and Rhyhorn need to be off this one. Every Pokemon is off this one. We want Donphan, we want Rhyhorn. They're gonna go on Nome's Battle Pass now. You might have seen him there. I've used box 8 for my Metronome tournament pretty much the entire time. This is the exact Aron that won Bracket A. They've been waiting, sitting in this little corner. Level 86. Only 2 higher than Rhyhorn. Their base stats aren't, base at total at least, isn't that much different from each other. So, will Rhyhorn face Aron? Will it be Donphan, Charizard, or Beedrill? We're gonna continue. Not rental passes, I want to go into free battle. 2 players again. 1 Wiimote. Magma Coliseum this time. This one is reset because it went out of the menu. I would still like to do a single battle, please. Works for 1v1. With this tournament coming to a close very soon, that makes me want even more to do continue Metronome tournaments on Gen 7, so Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Still haven't gotten that to work. Still want to make it work. I think it would be good to do a tournament that humans can enter, like the 6v6 Metronome tournament that we had. And then once that's done, take a break from that, do a different 1v1 tournament. Not a 1v1 tournament. I have a different... I make the teams... And like a villainous Metronome tournament, where pretty much every villainous character is represented. I have a lot of ideas for that. But I want to do that in Gen 7.
The Pokemon have appeared, and not even.
But I want to do one where humans can enter. There's been 3 66 Metronome tournaments before. One of them called the 66 tournament specifically like that because the 1v1 tournament already existed at the time. And I didn't want confusion between the two if I just called it Metronome tournament.
The move fails. The situation is a bit of
but as a reminder, that would be one where you choose your Pokemon. I adjust their levels accordingly. I played a whole Leaf Storm. That's a big one.
Such amazing power.
Massive attack from Beedrill. Looking good. I really wouldn't mind Beedrill versus either Charizard or Rhyhorn. I'm rooting for Beedrill. I'd say the most.
The red corner still
but I have reasons to like Charizard or Rhyhorn.
A heated battle is unfolding in the Coliseum.
Yeah, I do all the battles. You don't need to be anywhere at a specific time. You just choose your Pokemon, shininess. Which Pokemon holds the Normalian Z? Because that will be allowed in that tournament. I follow a strict rules of I never manually switch. I send them out in order so no one can say, oh yeah, strategically you wronged me because you should have sent out Greninja first before Pichu. I will send them on the same order. So that's part of team selection as well, which order the Pokemon will be sent out in.
Beedrill starts to attack.
A lot of the rules will be the same as in the 66 that you had. Mega Drain is that enough? Not with the special attack roll from Leech from earlier. I think the only differences for the 66 tournament would be 1 ghost per team maximum. The Normalian Z that you can put on 1 Pokemon. I'm strongly considering allowing one of your team members to go Mega as well, but then the level adjustment will be based on your Mega evolutions based that total. Absorb, really? Mega Drain was half, so Absorb does half of that. What are you gonna do? Leech Life next? Well, that's physical. Drill Peck, that's a big one. Donfan could take it from there. No, that's close though. Beedrill only needs a tap Donfan with some kind of special move of Water Gun would be enough. Even another Absorb. Can you finish it, Beedrill? Psycho Boost! Big move to finish it. Beedrill wins its 7th battle in succession and moves to the Bracket B Finals. And Metro has won 5 out of 5 in the video today. One more and they win 6 out of 6. I'm not going to count this as has won the full video with a perfect record because there are 7 battles in this video. But a normal video, like most of them would have 6. Who's going to be Beedrill's opponent? Exploud was the one that beat Pichu, who I was rooting for. Exploud lost to Beedrill. Beedrill continued. I like Beedrill. Rhyhorn was the one that beat Zapdos, so purely for that and me, I'm pretty sure saying Zapdos would either win it or get really high. Alright, I'm actually gonna look up what my prediction was. Just real quick. I predicted... No, actually not Zapdos. I said Jirachi would win, then Parasect, then Tyranitar, then Haunter. Haunter, I think, lost in round 4?
The sight of Pokemon battling against a beautiful sunset, it's truly moving.
No, Hunter lost in round 4, I think, to Bibarel, and then a Ghastly to Floatzel, or the other way around.
The battle begins.
If both Bibarel and Floatzel would have lost, it would have been Hunter versus Ghastly.
The blue corner makes the first attack.
And ghosts are good, but they're not immune. Triple kick. Decent damage.
Blow.
There was one other prediction for this bracket, which I believe predicted Altaria.
Multiple hits. It keeps dealing damage.
Unfortunately, Altaria was beaten pretty recently. Was it Charizard that beat Altaria?
It's a mental
in the round before this
each other's move.
I think so. So Altaria came far, so that would have been good points for that prediction.
A rigid shot.
Who made that prediction? Was it Gaming? They said Altaria and Polion Quagsire Flareon for that prediction. Considering there were 243 Pokemon in this bracket, pretty hard to figure out.
The air in the
Wolfian reigns in my Twitch chat saying Team Charizard for life. Beedrill, its evolution line is my arch nemesis. I put 20 on Charizard. Alright, I put 20 invisible dollars on Beedrill.
Its special attack rose.
Because I'm not betting anything. I never bet for a thing. Like for money or for something like that. If anything, I bet for honor. Skypricot, nice move, resisted. Still good damage from Rhyhorn. You can see that they have some good physical attack. Charizard's faster. Can they make use of it? Where's the water? Where's the grass move? Where's the Absorb, the Mega Drain, the Leaf Storm? Did Beedrill already take them out of the pool from the last battle? I really like Sunset Coliseum. It looks really nice. And there's a looks, it's probably my favorite Coliseum.
Has reached its final stage.
Shadow Force for Charizard. Is that going to be enough? Gonna deal good damage. Rhyhorn tries sand attacks, not gonna work. They're gone.
Still can't pull off a move.
115, probably not, but that's gonna do good damage.
Closer by the minute. It hits.
Less than I expected. Rhyhorn has a good shot now. Some just neutral physical moves. They're gonna be good, like Poison Jab. Very good.
Slammed him.
That Charizard is down.
It's down and out.
It's gonna be Beedrill
Game
versus Rhyhorn.
and match. The red
I said I was rooting for
corner,
Beedrill.
impressive victory.
I was also kind of rooting for Charizard. I was also kind of rooting for Rhyhorn because it's the last 2x. I honestly believe that the balancing I do works very well, but that there's still a slight advantage to Pokemon with high base out totals, and that speed is generally the least important stat, the one that affects you the least, like gives you the least advantage. Of course it can matter, but it's the least important. Doesn't mean that Pokemon with low base totals can't win. If you're low base total and high speed, like Magikarp, very low chance to win. That's why the Magikarp team did not do well in 66 tournaments. Although they got a draw against the eventual group winner. Was the group winner? No. No, it was someone who ended up not getting top cut, I believe, because of the draw against the Magikarp team. Right, Rhyhorn wins, which means Metro did not win everything. Nome got one of the wins. We're not done yet. We have one more battle in Bracket B. We're gonna see Beedrill versus Rhyhorn. So we just delete this one. We delete this one. Actually, we could have just continued. Because Beedrill was already on the left side, Rhyhorn was already on the right side, didn't matter. If it would have been Donfan versus Charizard, I would have had to swap them. Because I do want to do them in the order that they are in the bracket. But in this case, I didn't need to. Because the first winner was from the left side and the second winner was from the right. So we'll need to reset this. But we should be okay. We're gonna main street Coliseum. Just because I like that Coliseum feel. Lots of people cheering for you. 1v1 Metro. Yep. Single battle, please. I considered a 2v2 Metro tournament at some point. where I decided on some specific duos like Survivor Zangoose or Fossil Minin, like either Pokemon that really go together or really don't. And then do a tournament like that. But if I can't get Gen 7 to work, then I might do that for a future tournament on Battle Revolution. But I would much prefer to the Villains tournament or stuff like that I've planned for what I can do with Gen 7. Also, just more Pokemon, more moves, more abilities available. That'd be really cool. Final chance to place your bets. Beedrill. Rhyhorn. Which Pokemon wins Bracket B in the 1v1 Metronome tournament? We know that in the Grand Final, this is the Grand Final of Bracket B, but the Grand Final, where we see Aron, Metro's gonna control Aron, because that's just the first one that happened, and whichever one wins out of these two will be controlled by Nome in that final. Wolfing Rain saying, pretty sure Gen 7 is gonna be hard because the 3DS server shut down. I'm specifically looking for using emulators and battling myself on emulator, because that is just the easiest way for me to stream and to record. If I had two 3DSs, both connected, that could connect to PK Hex to get the Metronome Pokemon, and one of which at least I was able to record, then sure I could do it differently with local battles, but no, it's I want to do it on emulator and battle myself on emulator. That is just the easiest. This could be open in one hit. Rock Slide, Stone Edge, Stab against Beedrill. Do another Leaf Storm here, and Beedrill's gonna do well. Beedrill's pulled out a lot of big moves. Psycho Boost, Fissure, Brave Bird, Leaf Storm. The Leaf Storm he really needs here wouldn't have been usable against Charizard. Maybe that's why they used it early. They expected Charizard to be the opponent. Poison Jab again, that's what they Rhyhorn finished off Charizard with. Resistant, but still good damage. We can see that power on Rhyhorn. Beedrill goes first. Beedrill, where's your Surf? Where's that? Razor Leaf might not do it just because of physical defense. Dragon Claw, another good move. But Rhyhorn has good physical defense. Critical hit that does make it deal quite a bit. We've not had any super quick battles. Nothing that took super long, but nothing that was super quick either. So I like this. Signal Beam, special move, resisted. It's about equal. Any move could do it. Beedrill, what do you got? Are you gonna win Bracket B? Confusion. Special move, decent damage. There's about as much as Dragon Claw would have done without the crit. Confusion, that could be big. Is Rhyhorn gonna hit itself? Rhyhorn hits itself, that's extra damage dealt. And it means Beedrill does not get hit. Beedrill, can you finish it off and get to the Grand Final? Confusion just straight up again. It was so effective, they just do it again. Do it a third time and you win. Unless Rhyhorn gets through and uses something like Rock Slide. They Metronome. Gyro Ball. They are slower, but it's not going to be that much. Still, physical move, they do more damage than I expect. Rhyhorn's physical attack is good. And they do have the level advantage, only just. Beedrill, what can you do? One more confusion. Fleeing attack's not going to work, it's resisted. You need another confusion. Rhyhorn is so weak. It's another tap. Confusion, self-inflicted. No, that would have also finished it for Beedrill. Can Rhyhorn take it? Headbutt, that could do it. That could do it. Through the confusion that would have otherwise taken it down. Beedrill done. Rhyhorn wins Bracket B. And in a tournament with 493 individual Pokemon, with loads of evolved Pokemon, loads of fully evolved Pokemon, the Grand Final that will be in a future video will go between Aron and Rhyhorn. Two Pokemon that can still evolve twice. And that's evolved twice in Gen 4. It's not like, oh, they gained an evolution in Gen 9 like Girafarig or something. No. These Pokemon are 2X's. Two Pokemon that are capable of evolving twice already here. Now, Rhyhorn has Rock Head as its ability. Because I don't remember what the other one is for Rhyhorn. I don't remember which one Aron has. Let's just take a quick look at Aron. And I'll immediately remove Beedrill. Just because Aron needs to be on this one anyway. Do you have Rock Head or Sturdy? Because it's slightly more likely for Aron to need Rock Head. But Sturdy, like, if the opposing Pokemon is higher level, then Sturdy can really save you. And Aron does have Sturdy. So they will take some recoil damage if they use them. But if the opponent's higher level, they won't get one-shotted. But none of the opponents that were left in Bracket B today would have made it there. Let's see, what are the stats? 150 to 150, 203, 100, 100. 173, 190, 81, 81. Comparable. Aron's slightly better in that sense. In the special stats anyway. Alright. I'm gonna intentionally wait a little while before this grand finale, which could just be with something like Surf on Rhyhorn or Razor Leaf or Earthquake against Aron cross jump. It could all end in one turn. Both grand finalists have 2 4 times weaknesses. Both can evolve twice. Aron versus Rhyhorn will be our grand final. Thank you for watching this one. I hope you're looking forward to future videos. Those that are watching live on Twitch, in 2 days on Wednesday, I'm going to do Forever Lock playthrough 59 Pokemon Blue. Entire playthrough in 1 day. I'm going to start early afternoon my time and play until the game is done. If you're watching this on YouTube, this live stream on Twitch will have already happened, but the VOD will be coming up soon. Let me know in the comments, who do you think will win between Aron and Rhyhorn? In general, what you thought about this top 8. Because that was very exciting. Nothing super quick, nothing super long. I think that was a fun battle. We saw some big moves, big finishes, especially by Beedrill. We saw some confusion that did a lot, but it almost finished it. We saw one AKO move. What moves, or just move, are we going to see in Aron versus Rhyhorn? I'll see you in that video, in that stream. Make sure you always remember that you are worth it. Thunder Wave.